Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and in this week's video, we are going to be discussing the importance of playing with your cat. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button below wherever it may be, because I do put out weekly cat videos. Now, let's get right into it. Why is it so important to play with your cat? First thing is pretty obvious. It is a form of physical exercise for your cat. And not only is that important to expend energy and potentially help your cat lose weight, which I talked about in last week's video, but it also helps them bring out that natural predator instinct in them. Let us not forget that cats are inherently hunting animals. Cat playing mimics hunting by triggering paw snatching and chasing type behavior. That said, once kittens hit that 6-month to 1-year mark, usually you'll notice that high energy kitten vigor dies down quite a bit, and they don't exactly have that self-reliant type playing activity going on. That's why it's so important for you as their mom or dad or owner to initiate playing with them. It's especially important if you have an indoor-only cat, because they don't get the stimuli that outdoor cats get when they go outside. In addition, if your pet is a solo pet and there's no other cats or dogs or animals in the house for your cat to play with, then it's even more important for you to take responsibility and carve out the time to play with your furry baby. Not only is playing with your cat great exercise for them, but it also helps to relieve boredom and also improve their cognitive and motor skills. You'd be surprised, because getting this energy out not only alleviates their boredom and acts as good exercise, but it can really help their temperament at inopportune times during the day. For example, if your cat tends to wake you up at 3 a.m. or all of a sudden gets this hyperactivity burst in the middle of the night, a part of it has to do with diet, believe it or not, but another huge part is the fact that they didn't get that energy out during the day. So scheduling time to play with your cat can even help you sleep better. When it comes to playing with your cat, you can categorize the types of play into different groups. Self-play involves just your cat running around, doing sprints, anything on its own. And then there's self-play with a toy, which basically involves your cat and a solo toy of his or her choice. There's also exploration play, which is when your cat hops into boxes or bags or cupboards or drawers or anything like that. And this is also a form of self-play that also involves another factor. You want your box again, honey bunny? You want it? Here you go. Explore. Now, both of those types of play have their advantages and their importance, but the most important type of play is interactive. Technically, interactive play involves another pet, or I'm getting excited. Technically, interactive play involves another pet or you, and we are going to focus on you as the owner having interactive play with your pet, because there are so many benefits to it, and it's really what makes the difference. Not only is interactive play fun for you and your cat and anyone on Instagram or YouTube that makes awesome cat videos, but believe it or not, it bonds you with your cat and helps them get out any aggression and then helps them relax. And that means being more cuddly, being more affectionate perhaps, and simply feeling more comfortable in the home that it has been given. If you're not sure if your cat is ready to play, there are actually physical signs that you can gauge from. These include sudden bouts of sprints or dilated pupils, or if your cat's ears are laying flat laterally to the side, that's a big sign. Or one of my favorites is when your cat is crouched down and gets that little butt wiggle ready. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. These are all signs that your cat is ready to play. Are you ready to play? Are you ready to nap? Are you a good boy? Why are you so cute? When it comes to the best toys to play with your cat, that is totally a matter of preference for your individual cat. And honestly, it's a matter of trial and error. Some cats love squeaky mice. Some cats love laser pointers. Other cats love things with bells on them. Other cats can't stand things with bells on them. Some love things like these fishing rod things with string attached to them. Puppy, for example, was obsessed with this thing for a solid at least 6 months or so, and then I swear for a year he wanted nothing to do with it. Scratch pads are a great necessity, I would say, in any cat house, and I'm going to go in more detail regarding those in a different video, but those are also a great form of self-play. Of course, I have to mention catnip and catnip toys, which as well I'm going to have a specific video for because there's a lot of detail that goes into all things catnip. But that is a great option if your cat happens to like catnip. So it's just a matter of seeing what works for your cat. For example, speaking of Puppy, he likes really cheap or free resources. He's never been a huge fan of any elaborate toys or anything like that, except for one, which I'm going to mention here in a little bit. He really has a thing for this tan kind of like sheet packing paper that they use in Amazon boxes to help pack the stuff in there. And an interesting one I discovered, which I might put a video clip for in here. There was one time where I had a sandwich that was wrapped in tinfoil and crumpled up the tinfoil and it fell on the ground, and you would think that he just discovered the greatest thing in life. I was so taken aback about how obsessed he was with this crumpled up tinfoil, and he was playing with it for at least 15 or 20 minutes, and he would carry it up and down the stairs, and it was like he was a professional cat soccer player out of nowhere. So needless to say, your cat will find joy and playfulness in nearly anything. It's just a matter of you getting your creative juices flowing and helping your cat try and figure out what brings it the most entertainment and excitement during this hunting, chasing type of game. So, how often should you aim to have interactive play with your cat? I would say a minimum of 10 to 15 minutes twice a day, ideally before meal times, would be perfect. And this isn't a high cardio, high intensity type thing. Remember, they're hunters, so there's a lot of stop and go. They like when things are pulled away from them instead of totally dangled up on them. And it's also really important to make sure that they get to capture whatever it is you're teasing them with, because they need to have that satisfaction too in order to feel like they did a good job. Another important tip is to avoid using your hands or fingers or feet or toes as a part of this predatory playtime, because that is a really bad habit to instill in your cats. Ideally, you would want to teach them with toys and stringy things as opposed to human body parts, starting from when they were a kitten, because it's likely that if they associate these things with playtime with you, they'll associate it with any human, and that includes guests that may come over or little children. So a good idea is to avoid using body parts as playtime things. Now, like I mentioned, there is one kind of fancy schnoozy toy. I've only found it at Walmart and on Amazon, and I actually buy one and give it as a gift whenever I am pet sitting or visiting anyone I know with cats, because this thing is amazing and there is not one cat I've ever met that doesn't become obsessed with it. It's called a Zany Cat automatic ball, and basically it starts working and rolling around when it's played with, but then it shuts off on its own or deactivates on its own when it's not touched for a couple of minutes. So it's absolutely perfect as a form of interactive self-play. But a quick little tip from me to you, if you do get one, because your cat will love it and likely want to play with it in the middle of the night, and this thing isn't necessarily quiet, it's got some sound to it when it's rolling around on the ground. You do want to make sure that you shut it off when you go to bed. Otherwise, you're going to wake up to the sound of this thing just rolling all over your house. And as usual, anything that I'm talking about, I will put the link for in the description below, so make sure that you check that out once you're finished watching this video. All right, guys, just to wrap things up about the importance of playing with your cat, number one, Schedule playtime every day, ideally twice a day for 10 or 15 minutes, and understand how important this is, especially for indoor cats and especially for solo children cats who don't have any other pets to play with. Number 2 is to not make it some straight up cardio craziness. It should be more of a hunter and prey type game. Quick bursts of chasing, letting your cat catch the toy every once in a while, and not completely exhausting your cat. Just like I talk about in most aspects, each cat is different, so you want to make sure that you're going at a good pace for yours. Number 3, interactive play with you as the owner is key, but still make sure to leave toys around the house so your cat can self-play whenever it gets in the mood to do that. Number 4, teach your kitten early on, if possible, to play with toys and not claw or bite body parts like hands or feet. If you have an adult cat, still do the same thing, just make sure to use toys, otherwise it's likely that your cat will get in the habit of playing, aka clawing or biting guests or other strangers that might come to your house. And 5, all cats have a preference to the toys that they prefer, so it's just a matter of trial and error. And don't feel like you have to spend a whole crap ton of money getting the most expensive, coolest toys out there. Sometimes it really is so simple as crumpling up a piece of tinfoil and tossing it on the ground. Alright guys, I think Puppy is trying to tell me this video has gotten a little too long. I hope you found this video helpful. Please remember to click that thumbs up below because that helps me know the content that you like to see. We thank you so much for watching and we will see you next week. Bye. Ooh, real quick, grocery store tour guide, holistic fitness starter guide. This is full of a ton of things. It's great for kids. I think it's great for people going off to college. Of course, the holistic fitness starter guide, which is a breakdown of my approach when it comes to feeling your best, feeling your healthiest. It's on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. Okay, that's it.